traditional name for this land is Te Ahu Aturonga, named after a famous ancestor of the tangata whenua, the Rangitani people. The rivers and lagoons were a good source of mana to the traditional people, provided tuna or eels. There were several Māori settlements along the Manawatu River, and the New Zealand government purchased this land in 1858, which was one of the only recognised sales of Māori land, due to the Rangitani people converting to Christianity. This sale was 250,000 acres for $12,000.
So working in the Mangoni stream, we have a lot of work with alligator weed, which turned up in the March 2020 lockdown. It's a really nasty weed that is infesting a lot up north, and it's made its way down into our area. It doubles in size in about 42 days, which means that it just absolutely takes over. So when it turned up in the region, we needed to get rid of it. Because of that risk of fragment spread, we have to cut that risk out by just completely taking them out. So we've dug it out by hand. We also use diggers. So initially we were finding really large sites of alligator weed, and so the only way to get them out was using a digger. And so we'd get the digger in, pull it out, and what you could see on the top was nothing compared to what was underneath it. And they were stored under a tarp. They had a bucket load of chemical poured on top of them. 2 months later we went back and it was still growing, it was still alive. It had created its own little environment, away you go, and it had just kept growing. So now we take the plants directly to Bonnie Glen, just out of Martin, and they dig us a 20-metre hole, because we figure if it can grow out of that, it's going to be a mission.
Plastic Pollution Challenge actually started very humble beginnings with a local schoolboy that did a Manawatu Science Fair project about plastic pollution in our streams, and from there we kind of caught the attention of the City Council and a range of other people, in particular Environmental Network Manawatu, and began thinking about what we need to do locally around this big issue of plastic pollution, which is so pervasive and potentially so problematic. It's really exciting to do something positive about what would otherwise be quite a depressing problem. And all the people we get involved and engaged in this project from the community give each other energy and ideas about how we can address this problem.
So my name's Siobhan Karaitiana. I'm working on the Kaka Tangiata Plan Change H for Rangitani o Manawatu and Palmerston North City Council. So Palmerston North needs new houses. We need more houses for our whānau in the city. The future of housing in Palmerston North is being planned for to the west of the city. We're going to be connecting the edge of Palmerston North with Longburn. The Mangaoni stream used to move through the Kaka Tangiata area, and that's actually a key feature in the way that we've planned for that area. So the Mangaoni stream, being a historic waterway, isn't the best place to build your house even now, even though the stream doesn't exist there. There's high risk of liquefaction. Yeah, the treatment train approach is probably the key point there. You're treating the contaminants firstly, through a man-made engineered system. You're holding the water back in the basins to ensure that our houses don't get flooded. So that's your second, value. And then finally through the wetlands to ensure any other, it scrubs it, so the water quality comes out really high. Heavy pollutants, holding back water, and also, that final scrub at the end, the ecology, making them beautiful places to live and play.